Hey everybody, it's Emily. So today I wanted to discuss something that a coworker asked me yesterday. He said that when he lived in New York, he worked with a lot of gay men and that it was the general consensus among them that it's a lot easier for a man to recognize that he's homosexual than for a woman to. And so my coworker asked my opinion on that. And first of all, I think that there's a lot of truth to that, and I do believe that a lot of it has to do with society's perception of sexuality. When it comes to men, people often only think that it's gay or straight. A lot of people assume that a man that says he's bisexual is really just gay but doesn't want to admit it to himself. But that's just simply not true, and it can get really tiresome for someone to tell you what they think you are. With women, I think that it's a lot harder to recognize exactly what you're feeling because a lot of straight women experiment, and just because you're attracted to a woman doesn't necessarily mean that you're bisexual or gay. And it's just something that is normal. And so it can be confusing when you're attracted to women. You wonder, am I still straight? Do I like guys? Am I bisexual? And not every woman is like this, of course. A lot of women know from puberty onwards that they are exclusively attracted to women, but girls are a lot more conditioned to believe in Prince Charming, and it's just something that is just programmed from a very young age. In a lot of cases, when a man tells someone that he's attracted to another man, then people automatically assume that he's gay and they start treating him as such. When a woman tells someone that she's attracted to another woman, in a lot of cases, they won't think much of it, and she would still be considered straight if that's how she identifies. From a young age, like I would say my preteen years when I was in late elementary school, early middle school, playing truth or dare and such, I knew that I was attracted to girls, that I liked girls, and that I could get crushes on girls. But I didn't think much of it, and I also didn't tell people about it. But in my opinion, if I had been a boy that was attracted to boys, then it would have been a completely different story. Then it would be a lot more clear who I was. So once I got into high school, it was easy for me to just start telling people from the very beginning that I was bisexual because it was a fresh start and I wasn't afraid to be who I was or who I thought I was. Because when I was in middle school, no one considered themselves anything but straight. No one was open about it, at least, no one that I knew. And so as soon as I was a freshman in high school, people were a little more accepting, and I had become more confident in the fact that I was attracted to women, and it somehow didn't even register with me that the way that I felt about guys didn't come close to the way I felt about girls. Other girls might not see you as a lesbian because maybe you don't look like one, and also it's a whole lot harder to recognize. When it comes to guys, people see certain traits and they automatically consider him gay. In fact, guys who are straight with certain qualities that people automatically assume is quality is in a gay man, for example, his voice or what he enjoys. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's not as big of a fan of sports. Maybe he's more into the arts, and that does not mean that he's gay. But people might assume that he's just in the closet, and that's just not fair. But when a girl shows a little bit more masculine traits, she's a tomboy. Unless she's extremely non feminine, people might call her lesbian. These are just stereotypes. Straight girls go around kissing other girls at parties, and people think, like, oh, that's sexy. And when straight girls do it, it's usually to turn on the guys. But if guys start kissing, then people are like, okay, those gay guys over there are kissing. Like, one of my best friends in high school was a gay guy, and it was something that he knew from a very early age. Other men, straight men, don't want to be considered gay. They say no homo, they call people derogatory names based on, well, people call things gay or they call other guys faggot, and that's just not okay. And it's just something that they use in a derogatory way. But with girls, if some girl says, well, she slept with a girl and she's straight, people say, okay, that's hot. And so if you're a girl in those shoes and you actually enjoy being with other women, then it might not be as clear to you because other people don't see you that way. It took years for me to realize where the pieces fell in my identity, and it just became more and more obvious as I went, even when I was in relationships with the guys. Your past doesn't reflect your identity, and so you don't have to feel like just because you're a guy that's been with girls or a girl that's been with guys means that you're bisexual if you don't feel that way. And so that's something that it's just not fair for girls to have to convince someone that they're gay because they've been with guys before. Because if you're a guy and you say you're gay, even if you've been with girls, people are like, okay, he's totally gay. Like, those girls were just beards. Girls are more inclined to be attracted to women than straight guys are to be attracted to men. I mean, then again, I'm not a guy and I haven't been in a guy's mind, but that's the way that it seems. That's how it appears. I know that when I was growing up, all my friends were interested in looking at pictures of boys, and I didn't know what a hot boy was. I knew what a hot girl was. And I said that one time when I was in 5th grade, and people said, are you a lesbian? And I was like, no, of course not. And a teacher overheard, and she said, don't use that word here. And I thought, well, that just doesn't sound like a good thing to be, because obviously you want to be normal. So I spent years looking at pictures of guys with my female friends and not understanding what was so attractive to them, but not realizing that just because I didn't understand meant that I really wasn't attracted to guys. And when you're a girl, you get turned on by other girls, and you get feelings for girls, and you get crushes on girls. Sometimes you don't even know that that's not what other girls are thinking. We are seen as these sex symbols in society, and guys will ask you out, guys will try to have sex with you, and you might be really confused. So I would say that it is easier, especially at an earlier stage in life, for men to recognize that they're gay than for women to. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though. With that, obviously men and women are completely different creatures, and we want different things. I feel like once you realize who you are, what you want, you're a lot happier and more power to you. And don't try to change, because you're not going to be able to change who you are for someone else. It just doesn't happen that way. So I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents, and this is a discussion that I had for an extended period of time with my coworker, and I just felt like I would hit on some of the main points of what I felt. And I hope that it was entertaining, informative. I hope that you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye!